your intuition your first voice because it comes before thought and rationalizations and I should do this and I should do something else. Um, your intuition is that like split second feeling that you get before any of your other processes start to work. That's why it's so important, and that is what ties us into the sixth sensory living. Because this, your sixth sense isn't so concrete as the rest. Like, even when you're seeing spirits with your third eye, they're not going to look perfectly clear and physical. They're not going to look solid. You're not going to feel like you can toss it around. And so it's a lot more subtle, which is what throws a lot of people off. They're expecting to get like hit over the head with, oh, I know that's true, and I know that, that's a psychic, that's a psychic feeling, that's a psychic calling from heaven. And until you get to the point where you can really feel that psychic, subtle energy, your mind is going to tell you that it's not real. And so the best way to start developing all of it is to start with your intuition. Because A, you're at least a little bit familiar with the feeling of it. You know that there are times in your life where you've listened to it and where you haven't listened to it, and you know the outcomes. So if you don't feel like you have intuition, go back through your life and really try and find those instances where you knew something was going to happen, you knew something was going to be bad, and then look at what happened. That's a way to develop your trust, which is essential. Alright, so intuition, I call it your first voice because it's the first feeling, but where is it? Normally a lot of people say it's your gut feeling, and it can feel like it comes from there, but really it's, it goes through your whole body. It's sort of like a line going up and down. And you can test the feeling without having to wait for it to come up in your life. Just by thinking of, think of something really amazingly good, like, laying out on the beach on a tropical island and somebody's bringing you a coconut drink and, you're feeling the sun and you're feeling the breeze and you can hear the waves and you're just going to start to feel warm in the middle of your body, a tingling warm, If tropical islands don't do it for you, you can think of hugging, the person that you love the most in life, whether it's your child or your spouse. Just close your eyes and think for a second and try to feel around in your body about a really happy experience. It could be imagined or real, and you want to think until you feel where your intuition is in your body. If it's near your heart, then that's fine. If it comes from your gut, that's fine too. Eventually, you'll be able to feel it in your whole body. And then for a bad feeling, where that comes too. A lot of people say, the same thing. But it's a closed off feeling. You're not going to feel expanded like you did with the loving feeling. You're going to feel like you're shrinking, like your heart's closing up, or like you have a stomachache. So if you think about that, think about any bad time in your life that really upset you or anything bad happening that's imagined. And you feel constricted. You want to go like that instead of like that. So there you go. That's your intuition. That's the feeling that it's going to produce. So you have the good and the bad. And that's really all you need. And if you're going to try and make a decision now, like a day-to-day decision, anything, what you do is you think about the decision that you're trying to make. And you feel in your body. Good, bad. Now this is coming from your spirit, these answers. The first voice, before any thinking or thought. And I'll tell you, it's going to be really, really accurate. Because the mind is just, it's so formed. It's such a structure. And what's in it doesn't just come from within us. It comes from everything we've seen ever. Anything that we think, any false thoughts or beliefs, the mind doesn't care whether it's true or not. The mind knows what it knows, and it's going to make your decisions based on everything else. And so unless you sort of get another perspective, another cleaner perspective, you're really not going to make much progress in your life just by thinking logically and making decisions based on your mind. I mean, sometimes you really just have to go for it. And so make your decisions based on the yes, no, good, bad feelings that come from your body, and see what effect that has on your life. I mean, I think you're going to be a lot more excited about things. Certainly life will be a little bit different, and that's always a good thing. You just got to see where it takes you. So this has been the first session of Develop Your Intuition and Live with Six Senses in your everyday life. Thank you for visiting Zephyrus.com, and I'll see you again soon.